So just a couple of things to mention in this piece, both musically and about the left and right hand. I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of go through the piece slowly and just talk about these things as we go. In terms of the chord intro, it's just the basic chords like A minor, and in the right hand, you probably just go thumb, I, M, A, M, I, just through the strings, using the available fingers that you have. And then the same thing for the C chord, same thing for the D chord, same thing for the F chord. You're just going thumb, I, M, A, M, I. So A minor, then C, and then E major. When you get to here, you have to start playing the melody, and really, for the most part, I would just recommend all the bass notes with your thumb, like the lowest bass notes, and then some of the chord accompaniment, try your best to get I and M in there whenever possible, and then the melody is going to be played with a combination of the A finger and the M finger. Probably not as much I though. So for example, I'm going from bar 8. I'm going A, M, I, M, A, I, M, A, M, I, thumb, I, A, M, I, thumb, 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 I, M, A, M, you get the idea. So essentially, most of the low bass notes on the bottom two strings are played with my thumb, and then whenever there's chords that kind of arpeggiate through the melody, I'm using I and M a lot, and then the melody I'm throwing in A and using M when possible. The melody doesn't play with much of the accompaniment part except for the bass notes, so it shouldn't interfere too much. So as long as you're doing that and you're alternating fingers a lot, I think you'll be just fine. In terms of trickier parts of the piece, let's talk about this bar 13, which is the first one. Actually, I'll start from bar 12. You have this F chord. Just reach that fourth finger out, and then it's going to all be up on the 5th fret. All those notes are on the 5th fret. And then slide the 4th finger down without taking it off that string. That way you don't lose track and you can just easily move down. I didn't want to get complicated with this because it's an easy fingerstyle arrangement, so I didn't want to go into upper positions. So this is a nice compromise. We'll just play that and then slide right down and you're back to normal. So I'll just demonstrate one more time from bar 12. So you can see I just played that and then slid down. Same thing at bar 17, slide 4 down, and just do a little slur there, or a pull off in guitar terms. If you run out of fingers sometimes in the right hand, such as in bar 19, just use the thumb. It's not that fast of a piece. Thumb, thumb, thumb. Because otherwise you'll just run out. So this next tricky part, and the part I really want to talk about, is bar 22. So in bar 22, it's a E major chord. And just because I love that sound of like a descending arpeggio, because it keeps happening in the whole piece, I go and reach out my 4th finger to a G sharp, or the 4th fret on the 6th string. You might find that a little difficult. If you do find that too difficult to overcome, like I recommend you practice it, but if you find it too difficult to overcome, I would just recommend you just play 2 Bs in a row in the bass voice. E, B, 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 B. It won't have quite as nice of like a contour, but it'll get you through the bar. So that was with the double B. Now I'll play it as written in the score. etc., etc. So it does sound better with that G sharp, but if you have to leave it out, you have to leave it out. Besides that, not too much else to talk about. Whenever you're playing any arrangement, or any piece for that matter, just make sure the melody comes out really nicely. So if you're at the end of bar 8 or going into bar 9, those notes with stems going up, those are the melody notes. So just make sure that those notes are coming out nicely. As long as that comes out nicely, you can just make your way through all the chord shapes pretty easily. But just remember, everyone's listening to the melody, so that's what you have to like just stay really focused on, and make sure you shape it in the same way that you would sing it. And luckily this song has words, so you can just sing it as you play it. There is a house in New Orleans. So like there, for example, New Orleans. You don't really want to go New Orleans. It's just too weird. It's not the same as your voice would sing it. So you can just use your voice to naturally know how to shape the music there. So I hope you found that useful. You can get the score and the tab off of primoguitar.com, and I'll be making a lot more arrangements, lots of Celtic stuff and traditional tunes and stuff like that. Thanks.